Hey guys, so I didn't know the best way to do this because one, I wanted to give you guys this story time, but I also didn't want my mother to know the details of this story. But I'm gonna tell you guys because the world deserves to know how I was treated and how I feel and why it was important for me to take some time after that, and why the time I didn't take after this traumatic experience happened to me took a toll on me for the rest of the pandemic, and it still continues to affect me now. You guys have a bit of information about Tony. He lied to me. He told me that he was one person on the internet. Now his pictures were the same. His personality was the same. Well, kind of. But at the same time, he was lying about where he lived. He was lying about the kind of things that he did in his spare time. His intention was to be a predator. His intention was to make me feel like I'm feeling right now. And I really hate that he won in that aspect. But by telling you guys this story, I feel that it will help me regain some of the trust in people that I lost. Because every time I talk to someone, they say, well, this is your fault. Don't invite a man into your home. Don't let a man spend the night at your house that you met on the internet. But when other people do it, it's a viral trend. When other people do it, oh, it's love at first sight. Finding love in the most curious places. There's TV shows about what happened to me, but not the good ones. This sounds like something that a woman would go crazy over and snap and maybe do something unfavorable. But what Tony did to me is what predators do every day. And unfortunately, he's not labeled as one. He took advantage of my kindness. Once I found out the truth about who he was, I accepted him. Sure, you don't have a place to stay. You have all these baby mamas. You have all these kids. You've been to prison. You don't have a job. You don't have identification. You're barely surviving. But yet you want a relationship. He made me feel comfortable. He made me feel like he liked me. And that's not fair. Because if he didn't like me, or if he did like me, I couldn't tell because of the way he treated me and the way he made me feel. He made me feel like I was crazy, like I wasn't worth. And then him taking advantage of my kindness. I just wanted to help him. He said, I don't have anywhere to go. He made me feel bad. He made me feel like if you like me, not love, because he never said that word, not until the end anyway. He said, if you like me, you'll let me do these things to you. If you want me to stay and be here with you, you will let me take advantage of you. There were plenty of times that I wanted to tell everybody what was going on. But I was afraid, I was embarrassed. I was embarrassed of what they would say. Because in the end, the few people that I did tell, they told me all the things I was scared of. You should know better. You deserve better. But this man gave me the attention that I was looking for. And he was there. He was there. And he made me feel good until he didn't. A lot of ladies say no means no. And I told this man no with tears running down my face. And he still proceeded to do things to me that I can't even speak about because it makes me feel so bad. He caused drama between me and my roommate. He stole her bread. And among other things, he made her feel uncomfortable. But I couldn't even talk to her. She wouldn't talk to me. Nobody wanted to talk to me about what was going on because, according to them, this was all my fault. Everybody said I should have been aware of what men are capable of. But like I said, he made me feel comfortable. He reeled me in. One of my favorite topics to talk about was Naruto, because I knew that anime so well. He used that against me to the point where I don't even like watching the show anymore. I don't even like talking about the show. As many times as I would tell him no, he never took no for an answer. I asked him to leave my house multiple times. He wouldn't leave. I told him that I did not want to have sex with him, and he still proceeded to have sex with me anyway. He would say things like, "It's not that bad. Why are you crying? Why are you acting like you don't like it?" Now, was that my fault? Was that my fault? I could have got up and left, right? But he was in my home, in my safe space, and it's my fault because I invited him there, right? The only way I was able to get this man out of my house was to threaten him with the police. But there was no point, because I'd been raped before. But whenever I went to the police, they told me, "Well, you invited this man to your house for sex, so it would be kind of hard to prove that this was rape." And I didn't know what to do other than to threaten him with the police. He left initially, but he kept coming back. And the people I did tell about Tony, they said to leave him alone. But they didn't know that he was terrorizing me. He would make fake pages. He would message me from other people's profiles to get back in my head and make me feel like he wanted me and he was changing. I gave him money. I took him places to help him do better in life, and he still took advantage of me. And guys are always telling you, "Well, you need to let your guard down." That's what happens when you let your guard down. That's what happened when I let my guard down. I don't intend to do it again. But I did want to put this story out there so that you guys know exactly what happened. He did not make me feel good after he made me feel good, if that makes any sense. He reeled me in. He baited me. He lied to me. And he told me at the end, "Man, Deja, I think I really love you." What, you love a weak woman that's so attention starved that she'll let this homeless man take advantage of her? And my friends were like, "Oh, I'm busy. Oh, well, I'm hanging out with my boyfriend tonight. Oh, it's okay, Deja. You just need to go to therapy. It's okay." Everybody kept telling me it was okay, but I wasn't okay. After that shit was over, every time I turned around, every time I answered my phone, I thought it was going to be him. That's how much he harassed me. Every time my phone rang, I didn't know if it was going to be him trying to get back in my head. And it's a lot easier said than done. I tried so many times to just forget about it. I kept trying so hard to forget. drinking, doing drugs that I don't usually do, sleeping with other men, especially men I had no business talking to. People I didn't even like. If they gave me attention, I just took it because I needed a distraction. I don't understand. He was not the only one that has done this to me. He's not the only one by far. This has happened to me a couple of times, but this is the first time I've been held hostage in my own home, in my safe space that I created or tried to create for myself. And at the end of the day, he gets to go on and live his life. Whatever he's going through, hurting as many women as he's hurting. But I still have to be here and remember him. I don't want to remember him. I want to forget about everything that happened, but I can't. I really hope that therapy helps. Because every time I talk to anybody and every time someone has an opinion on this, they keep telling me it's my fault, and I just keep running the numbers, I keep doing the analytics, I keep going through the data, I keep going through the scenarios, and I just don't understand how this was my fault. Because I wanted a man, because I wanted attention. When I had people in my life that could have helped me. And they just kept telling me, well, Deja, you're going to be okay. I really hope that eventually I am okay. But this one guy, Tony, he's so many other guys, and you don't even understand. You don't even know unless it's happened to you. So if you're listening and this has happened to you, you've been taken advantage of, and someone's done something to you that you just can't forget. It's okay not to be okay, and it's really okay to talk about it. But you need to find the right people to talk to. Even if it means talking to yourself. Because sometimes that's the only person that's gonna care to listen. I really appreciate you for listening to this. That's it. There's not really much else to that story.